Yo, what is going on, fans and coaches of the ASL? I am Hutch, and my co-host,
Hola.
as Malone,
Me
if you
llamo
did not see,
Malone.
as he just said,
Español.
that is Malone, and apparently he speaks Spanish. So yeah, starting off strong with this week since we're already a week behind, and we're literally recording this on Saturday night. But it's all right. Schedules are conflicting. But yeah, week 5 had a lot of great matches as all week. And if you guys did want to know how those matches went, go ahead, check out the weekly recap. It's on the channel for week 5. I uploaded it Wednesday, so you guys have probably already seen it, but if not, go ahead and check that out. Because we will be sharing our opinions on how we think people should be ranked, and so on and so forth. So, to start it off, we are going to be talking 14, or number 14 through number 11.
Yeah.
So, for number 14, okay, OBS decided to not cooperate, so it's amazing. It's amazing, that's awesome. Hold up. I will fix it. Okay, we're good. Alright, I hope. So, 14, at number 14, we have the Las Vegas Gardevoir, coached by Gustavo. And would you like to start off this powerful power rankings with sharing your opinion on why you put Gustavo there?
Okay, so as the other weeks Gustavo lost to you, it was a 5-0. Nido Queen picking up most of the kills.
Yeah, shout out to Nido Queen. She the real MVP.
I mean, there's not much else to say besides what we say every week. So far at least. And that he's just not been able to come out with the dub. And the more he keeps on losing, the less chance he's having of making the playoffs. So yeah. I mean, at this point, his future is looking pretty dismal. Like, I don't know. Just not. I don't know much else to say besides like the same stuff that we always say.
You gotta
I
pick
just think
it.
that yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so to piggyback on what you were saying, Gustavo's 0-6. Yes, he can still make playoffs. He's not out of it. Uh, you can still go over 500 if you win every one of your games. You can be 7-6. That's very true, but it's very hard to do. Bars all around you. Okay, so um, he never uh has shown much like dominance yet. Of course, that might be the reason that he hasn't won a game. But
Yeah.
in his matchup this week when I played him, there wasn't even any hacks that I even remember. Like the only one that I actually truly remember was when Pyroar missed Heat Wave on the Alolan Executor, then crit me the next turn. So that really didn't matter. So that's the only thing that I can remember, and it was a 5-0, no hacks. He is a very, very strong team. It's just I feel like it's a little bit one-sided, because like his only physical attacker that I can recall off the top of my head is Terrakion. That's a really big threat. Everything else is really special, which is easy to team build. You have to have diversity.
Yeah, I can take a look. Like what?
Yeah, because I know he has like Terrakion, Thundurus, Florges, Mega Sceptile, stuff along
He's
those
got
lines.
Swellow
Yeah, Swallow, that could be run mixed, but Swallow,
and
you have to run
Absol
Flaybolt.
and
Yeah,
Pyroar.
and
But
yeah, Terrakion gets beat by stuff like Mega Sableye is kind of a hard wall, physically defensive, but yeah, that's my reasoning on that. But anyways, next up on number 13 is the Kanto Embers, coached by Rocker. Again, we both agree on this. And
yeah.
me and Malone were talking before we recorded, and Rocker is 2-4, which might seem a little weird why he's down here.
gosh, this is week 5.
He's 2-3. I didn't say he was 2-4. This is why. Oh my
The show
God.
must go on.
The show will go on. So he's 2-3, and he has a plus or a minus 12 differential, and that means his wins, or how do I want to say this? Like, he's 2-3. He's almost 500, but he has double-digit negatives. That means he's losing by a lot, and he's winning by very little. Like,
His 2 wins resulted in
2-0 and a
plus
1-0.
3 to his score. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat you 2-0, and he beat Gustavo 1-0. So, differential really matters. It shows how tight your matches are. Like, if you're 4-8, or in sense of this league, 4-9, and you only have, like, I don't know, a -4, that actually looks way better than, like, I don't know, 7-6 with a -4. It really does. It shows that you're very good and can play a close match. I don't know. I don't know how to word it, but Malone, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, not much to add on to what you said. He's just not really been able to pick it up. Um, as like I believe I said last week, now that Rogers in main control of the team, he is fairly recovering. I don't know the best word to describe it, but he just hasn't battled for several months, I think, and he's been kind of rusty. But I just hopefully he'll be able to pick it up in the next couple weeks. He plays some not too top tier opponents, just considering their standing wise, but I mean he's gonna need to pick up some wins if he wants
Yeah,
to do good.
definitely. And Keister and the Phoenix Flygons are ranked at number 12. And honestly, I don't know how he has been off to a rocky start. I know how good of a battler he is, and his team is really good. He has Mega Latios, which is arguably like Ubers in Draft League because it's
My
so
favorite mega.
powerful. Yeah, that's Frank. That's Frank right there. So his team is very good, and he's a very good battler. And maybe he's just had some bad matchups. I haven't really looked into it like in depth all too much, but maybe he's just had some bad matchups because I know how good he is, and I know he's gonna hit a stride and he's gonna make a playoff run.
Yeah, definitely.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say. I mean, he hasn't played too terribly. I don't remember exactly what, but I do recall a little hacks against him, which can get unfortunate at times. But I mean, he had another close win. I mean, lost this week, only losing 1-0, and that's at least not gonna like affect his differential a whole lot.
Yeah, like I
I
was
think
saying
that
earlier.
he's definitely able to compete with anybody in this league, which is a huge benefit, just in terms of like making a comeback.
hmm
And his next couple opponents are definitely wait, never mind, he plays this soon. But besides this, his next couple opponents are um definitely in a run for their money.
Yeah, for sure. Keister just needs to find the right matchup and then get a stride and win streak starts. So at number 11, we have a little bit of a conflict. I put the Las Vegas Ludicolo at number 11, and Malone put the Amsterdam Alakazams at number 11. So Malone, why don't you go first and talk about why you put Milan and the Amsterdam Alakazams at number 11?
Okay, yeah. So this week, the Amsterdam Alakazams and Milan picked up a win over a pretty top-ranked team in the Meet Your Mantine, which is definitely nice. He hasn't played like terribly this season, considering he could be 3-2 and even 4-1. But it was definitely huge. Not only the fact that he's climbing up in the standings, but in the fact that he's bumping a another team downwards. Um, he played well, picking up pretty dominant for a win. I think he just kind of took control of the game and was able to pick up a dub.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think if he's able to pick up a couple more wins, um, he'll definitely be able to make a playoff run
Yeah,
or a
for
comeback run.
sure, for sure. If I'm not mistaken, did he win 4-0, I think? 4-0 or
Yeah, he
3-0?
did 4-0.
Yeah, he won 4-0. He won 6-0 and 4-0. I cannot justify putting him in the bottom 4 if he won 6-0 and then won 4-0. That's 10 points of differential right there. I had to put Spam down there. I think he won this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think
He did win.
did. He beat the Flygons.
Yeah, which are below him, which is why I couldn't move him higher. He played well, which is why I moved him up. He snapped a losing streak, which he's had since week 2, since I played him, and that was a 3-game losing streak, so he snapped that, and now he's back on the 2 and 3 course. So I couldn't put him higher than Mylan, just because Mylan 6-0 and a 4-0, that's really impressive. He played well, which is why I moved him up, but he's gonna need more than just one win for me to put him in the 5 to or bottom 5 to 8. Well, 8 to 10. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it. The next column, we'll go with that. So,
Yeah.
moving on to the next is the quote unquote next column, which is 10 through 7. Starting with the number 10 spot, Malone has the Las Vegas Ludicolos coached by Despam, and I have the Arcane Arcanines coached by Altaria Motives. And I put the Arcane Arcaniners at number 10. Uh, I believe they won this week.
They actually lost, but they lost to Anderson in the Commissioner's Bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is what we were gonna do. Is Ian in Discord or Altaria?
I believe they left.
Oh,
I
okay.
can.
But anyways, you know what? We're gonna. I'll do this right here. Just so what the Commissioner's Bowl was is Ian had to get on and he had to say Anderson was better than him and whatnot on one of these. So whenever Ian is around when we are recording, he can come on and he can do that like
Mhm.
little 2 minute segment and whatnot. So anyways,
Yeah.
back to this. So I put him at number 10. He lost to Anderson. He lost 1-0 to Anderson. It's Anderson. He's 4-1 right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So that's very good record. And to only lose 1-0 to him, and that was a very hyped up match, and it definitely lived up to its expectations. It was a
It was very
1-0.
close.
Yeah, it was like 88 turns if I remember. That was a very long match, but it was very fun to watch. And entertaining matches is honestly a reason for me to put someone over. Like creative sets, I'll probably put you higher in power ranks for like creative sets and fun matches to watch. Because if it's just like boring and you're just like straight up OHKOing everything, it's kind of boring. But if you like run like cool sets, like I'm pretty sure he had Hypnosis Alolan Ninetales. That's pretty cool. And he went like 3 for 7 with it, so it was like pretty cool. But yeah, I put him at 10. He lost, but he has an okay record.
Mhm.
So Malone, go ahead and talk about spam.
Um. Yeah. So I did put spam a little bit higher. I know his win was only 1-0, but I believe he played pretty well that match. I can't talk. But the one thing I like about spam, which is similar to what I said about Keystar, who was his opponent, is that the spam can compete with anybody. He runs a lot of wacky sets, which I personally like, not to go up against, but just to see. pretty fun
Plus, it
to
helps in top
watch.
plays.
What?
It helps in top plays when you're deciding stuff.
Yeah. Koff, he does have the current top play. But
Ooh.
um yeah, so I don't have much to add on to what Hut said besides the fact that the Alakazams I just think that they this week definitely was a big help. But I think that if they're able to win one more week, that really secures them going up because they played really well against Meet Your Mantine. Not bringing them down or anything, but I just think that they're gonna need to win next week if they really want to get on a run. I think 'cause after
Mm.
that they actually have a pretty um a stretch where they can definitely win a couple of or go on a streak. So I don't know, but all I have to say is I do expect if he plays like he can, he's definitely expected to be ranked higher
Mhm.
in the next couple weeks.
Alright, so at number 9 we have the Amsterdam Alakazams and the Arcane Arcanines. And I already said why I put Mylan here, so go ahead and talk about the Arcanines. Or
Yeah,
Arcanines.
so they as Hud said, he lost to the Elm Street Parasects and
1-0.
Anderson, who's a great battler. We're gonna go into more details about him later, but yeah, so he runs pretty crazy sets, as Hud said. He said a lot that I was gonna say. He does have a pretty good potential to go on a streak because his next matches are like pretty lower tier teams until he gets to like week 11. I think he has a chance of winning all of them if he plays well. I mean, he's definitely gonna face some challenges, but I'm just saying. I think that if he's able to pick up a couple wins, then I think that he'll have a really high chance of moving upwards. I think that things earlier in the season really cost you, like the sleep clause. Um,
Yeah, that was
but
pretty
I don't have
devastating.
much else to say besides what we said about the match because it was just really close. It was a good battle.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we both have the Portland Timbers at number 8. Of course, they picked up a 5-0 win over Gustavo. I felt very good coming out of that match. And I
Mhm.
felt like I had a couple crafty sets. Ice Beam Blissey to beat the Mega Sceptile. And then Scarf Nidoqueen just rained havoc down on Gustavo. No two ways around it. Got 5 kills. And I felt like I played very well that match. I don't remember like doing anything wrong, like maybe setting up trick rooms at the wrong time, but I'm 2-3 now with a +1 differential, I'm pretty sure. So the fact that I'm under 500 and I have a positive differential shows that I'm losing close ones, except for like the one to you,
Mhm.
which is a 4-0. But other than that, I've been losing close matches. So I think that deserves close to a playoff spot. Not quite because I'm not even 500, but the close matches factor. So
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that although you came off a loss last week, you definitely like were able to have some confidence going into this week, knowing that you are up against a team that you are able to, play and win and coming off um a battle that potentially could be one of your toughest, if not the toughest all season. And you gave him a run for his money, so it felt almost like a win to some.
Yeah,
But
it definitely did.
yeah, and I think that with this win, it just kind of helps you, and you definitely want to win the majority of your next couple games just to help you secure that spot. But
Yeah.
the match itself was it was a good match. I mean, it wasn't like it was basically just one-sided to you. Not much else to say.
Yeah,
But
because Nido
I just
Queen.
think that if you're able to pick up some wins, you'll be able to.
Yeah. All right, at the number 7, I put the Hampshire Hoopas and the St. Louis Swablues. And don't think I didn't see your comment, Bionic Puppy. He said, I am offended. I'm pretty sure you said that as a joke. I'm hoping so. But I'm going to keep you at 7 because you
Oh
lost.
shoot!
What?
Never mind. Just
Okay.
just go.
So, put them at the number 7 because they're on a 2-game losing streak. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 2-game losing streak, and like I said, Bionic Puppy hasn't felt out his team yet. He hasn't gotten used to it. So until that happens, I'm gonna have to keep him lower, even though it says statistically he's in a playoff spot. But Anaria got him there, and like I said, he's 0-1 since he took over reigns because Anario went 3-1. He's went 0-1. So he's going to need to pick up some wins to keep this team on the course to success because it's a very, very well built team. And Malone, are you still here?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay,
I'm just
sweet. Go ahead and talk about yourself at number 7.
okay. So I put myself at number 7. I know it was like a pretty close match, but I just think that the way I've been playing lately, this isn't gonna help. I mean, this is getting kind of personal, but I feel like I'm in too much leagues now, so I'm probably gonna hop on out of a couple. But I'm not. No, I'm staying in the ASL, and so I think that I need to just focus more. My prep was not the greatest. I think that my actual match, it was really close matches coming down to my Amon versus Amon that I forget because
Mhm.
I forget what
It was
happened.
1v1 and then it was
Yeah,
Hitmonlee versus Alakazam.
yeah, and I just needed those webs up, but
Yep.
the
The man
unfortunately
time.
I stacked Vanny as leaving. I mean, Mantime was able to
Yeah,
get it
because I'm
off the
pretty sure
field.
knockoff goes. But anyway, we're going to hop on into what we think this would be the round 1 matches being 6v3 and 5v4. And as you can see, they're a little bit jumbled up. I have the Swablues at 6, and Malone has the Hoopas at 6. So the reason I put Malone at 6, and we actually swapped 6 and 7. So I
Yeah.
put the Swablues at 6, coached by Malone, because you lost, but you've been on an absolute tear lately, and it's not like it was like you got blown back or it was like 4-0. You lost 1-0, and it came down to the fact that you got sticky webs up, which it's one part of the game that if you get sticky webs up, you win. Like last week when I played Vish, if he doesn't have or sphere, mirror shot, or mirror coat, I win. It's it's things like that. It's little things where it's like you can't really call it a loss because it's so close. So I had to put you there, and I mean, Bionic Puppy lost by more, so that's really what it came down to. Since I'm pretty sure you guys are both 3-2 at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But one thing I have to say about him is next week, um, he has a kind of a good potential to get a feel for his team. I mean, he'll be able to kind of run sets that he wanted more or like thinks are better as he faces a opponent that I'm pretty sure he can beat. If he's able to kind of get a feel for his team, I think that he'll be able to make it far. But um, if he does lose next week, I think that he's kind of throwing the season away. Not saying it's his fault because he joined as a replacement, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So for number 5, we have the inner melodic. I have the inner melodic coached by Static. And Malone has Meet Your Mantine coached by TG, and with the co-coach being Raver. And I forgot the co-coach on the Arcanines being Sam Joe. I forgot about the co-coaches. Sorry. But I'm talking about the
Wait,
people that
who?
actually play. No offense.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But so I put the inner melodic in number 5 because Static, I believe he won this week. 4-0 over
He won,
Rocker.
yeah, versus
Yeah.
Rock.
So he 4-0'd Rocker, which I don't remember where I had him last week, but he won this week. He was 2-2 last week. He bounced up to 3-2, which is a very good record. He kept his team on track, and he's doing decent. I'll tell you, he's doing pretty good. And the one thing I would say is he's I don't know if he can bounce around like win loss win loss win loss, cuz that's like very unreliable. Like I
Mhm.
know like sport teams, like I'm a big Red Sox fan. So like when the Red Sox would like lose win lose win lose win lose win lose win, it's like very nerve-wracking, like whether they're gonna make playoffs or not, because it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you never know when the big streak's gonna come, and you never know which side of the fence you're gonna be on, win or loss. So, because he keeps going back and forth, I think he lost one, won, lost one, but he still has a good record. So, anywho, I don't know. I just rambled for a whole like minute or so. But anyways, go ahead and talk about TG and then Meet Your Mantine.
Yeah, and by the way, you were right about the lost one. Yeah, but
Hey.
so Meet Your Mantine. Um, they faced the Alakazams and they lost, and I just feel that um his his win last week was kind of handed to him. I didn't think that he had to work the hardest, and then his other matches his week before he lost, and then his other wins, I should say, were against lower tier teams. I just feel like that he hasn't really played any top, like, just record wise, he hasn't really played any super high tier teams in terms of like in the playoffs. Is the only team that he's played that is actually in a playoff position at the moment is the Inner Melodic. In that game, he lost. So
Yeah.
yeah, but this loss to Milan definitely was not helpful. I think that he really needed to keep up his wins, especially against a team that was kind of on a low point. But they're definitely a good battler. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but next week they play you,
Yep.
and I think that although he has a better record, one thing about
And
you is you
matchup.
just give every team a fight. Like no matter if you win or lose, it's always gonna be close when they play
Yeah.
you.
I try not to get
And
blown back.
I just think that the way the other teams have been playing, um, he and Static, the intermelodic, were kind of debatable. But I just personally think that Static will be able to do better. But we'll see.
Yeah. Moving on to the number 4 spot as I frantically look for my charging cable because my headset's about to die. Oh well, we'll just make do with what we got, and if not, I'll
Yeah.
just go
So
to
number
go
four
to
is Hutch picked the New Zealandians, and I picked Intermelodic. And so I'll explain why I picked Intermelodic because
yeah. I'm gonna go on mute
Hutch
to look for
is
it.
looking for his headset. So the Intermelodic, they faced up against Rocker and the Kansas Embers, picking up a pretty safe 4-0 win. I think I think a lot now. Think about it. Wow, I'm good at puns, but they've been playing pretty well lately. I think that after week 1 they've been playing a lot safer, and he's been able to kind of rethink everything. Um, he played a really great match, just kind of dominating the whole time, and his win this week is definitely going to help him going into next week. And if I think he's able to win next week against Milan, he'll definitely have a strong momentum going into the next weeks against like Hutch and BP and Laurie. And the teams that he's facing is just kind of
Yeah.
increasing in skill.
By the way,
Or
I
I mean
found
like
it.
record.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
found
Hutch is here
found my
just in
cable.
time for him to explain New Zealandians.
Heck yeah. So I put Detective Butters / Laurie and the Netherlandians at number 4 because you were on a tear. You were on a 3-game win streak, and she managed to put an end to that. And has a good record while doing it. So I had to put them high at number 4 just because they stopped a big threat such as you. And while I believe that was the game that Zerkatry finally put in work. Yeah, I'm pretty
Kind
sure.
of, yeah.
And it was a very close match. And that's 2 potential playoff teams, and she played really well in that match. She stopped you. She potentially had the better matchup, but still has a good record, a phenomenal team, has used Mega Alakazam better than I have ever seen in any league, running very cool sets, Barrier, Calm Mind, Substitute, like what is this? I'm pretty sure that was the set. I know it was at least Barrier, Calm Mind, but I love the sets she runs. They're really creative sets, which it makes games fun to watch to see creative sets. And she's having creative sets, stopping very big threats, and has a decent record. So I had to put him at number 4. And at number 3, I put the Meteor Mantine, and you put the Netherlandians. So why don't you go ahead and talk about the Netherlandians?
Yeah, so I had the same kind of reasoning for the New Zealandians. First of all, like both our losses came against top tier teams, like Anderson and the Phoenix Flygons, Keister. They only lost by 1. Um, their other wins were pretty good, as you said, kind of stopping my hopeful run. But I think that they're just kind of considering their streak and everything, they're going ahead. Saying this in a way just because of my position and it's a close playoff race, even though it's early in the season. Thankfully, they do play Fish next week, which will just give me some breathing space, at least for now. But I'm gonna need Meet Your Mantine and the Netherlandians to lose next week, just for hopes. But besides that, they've been a really good team so far, and besides their tough match week 6, they're probably gonna have a good rest of the season. If they are able to pick up Fish, they're probably like not gonna be able to be stopped. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
she's like a very good battler and has a solid team. So
Yeah. So I put the Meteor Mantine at number 3. Of course, they did lose to the Amsterdam Alakazams, but they came off of a 6-0 win. So although they aren't in a playoff spot and they're 2-3, Milan's been playing out of his mind good right now. So I don't really fault TG too much for losing that game. Plus, their team is very scary. They acquired Manaphy and Mimikyu, if I'm not mistaken, and that's crazy. Like, I'll be honest, I play Misha Valentine next week. I've started prepping a little bit, and well, I'm done prepping because this is Saturday. I play him tomorrow. So I'll tell you, it was hard prepping. That Manaphy is scary. There are very little things to swap into Manaphy. It's like water absorb swaps into it. Oh, guess what? There's an energy ball to the face. Like, and then there's like grass types with water absorb, like Miraculous. Oh, that's an ice beam or a signal beam to the face. It has such a great move pool. The greatest setup move in the game beyond like Dragon Dance and whatnot. Has a pretty cool ability. I actually like running Rain Dance Rest because it's free full healing because you wake up instantly due to hydration. It's actually a really cool set.
Yeah,
And
I've seen that.
yeah, so I had to put them higher because their team is so scary and they have a good record. Although they did lose to Milan, uh, they, they've they have a good they have a very just ugh, the stutters, very scary team. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into the top two, being the Elm Street Parasects and the Winters Revals. We both agreed on that.
Mhm.
And I'll go first on number two. Malone will go Malone will go first on number one. So I put Anderson, the Elm Street Parasects, at number two, just because they played well. Again, this was the Commissioner's Bowl, and it was a 1-0 over Altaria. Although Altaria isn't as high up, he's at number 10. But that was a very, very fun match to watch. And a lot of Anderson's matches have been very fun to watch. And he's played well. I'm pretty sure he's 4-1 right now. So that's
Yep.
pretty impressive. 4-1 record is really good, especially since the number one player is 5-0. Spoilers for
He's on a
Vish.
3 streak.
Yeah, he's on a 3-game win streak because he won the first week, then he lost to Inaria, and then he's on a 3-game win streak, like Malone said. And he's got a crazy good team, a very, very good Gen 6 stall team, and it fits Anderson's playstyle very well. And using Mons that your playstyle accompanies and you're very comfortable with using is very, very beneficial. So Malone, go ahead and give your reasoning for number two.
Yeah, and one thing I really like about Anderson is that one of his best things is his composure and his end game. Those are two of his best kind of characteristics. And end game and composure came in huge in that match against the Arcanines. It was really close, and both of them had to play their end game perfectly if they wanted to win. And that was one of the main reasons that he was able to win that match, just because of that, as well as many of his other matches. I think now, as I mentioned earlier, that he's on his 3-game winning streak. Hopefully he'll be able to pick it up. Um, at this point, he's obviously not like safely in the playoffs, but if he's able to keep his playing up, he'll definitely be a playoff team once again. So
Hold
yeah,
up, I was talking for like the past like 10 seconds or whatever and realized my mic was on mute. So awesome. But anyways, guys, you know the drill. Number one, we have none other than it's Vish, coach of the Winters Weavels, 5-0 with a plus 20 or bajillion differential or whatever. He's sweeping the league by storm. There's no one that can beat him that he's played so far. Like the closest has been a 1-0. Like teams that are in the playoffs that he hasn't played, Anderson, TG, Laurie. He played Static. He 5-0'd Static. He hasn't played you, Malone. So, I mean, he's played one person from the playoffs and 5-0'd. He 5-0'd Static. And he's just 5-0 with a plus 20 differential. I can't justify putting anyone above him. I just don't understand. Fish, let people win. I say it week in and week out. It's just not fair. Alright, Malone. Wrap this
yeah, I
up.
don't know what much else to say besides the stuff that we always say. I mean, he's done really good so far. This is obvious. One thing that's kind of crucial in my opinion is that he hasn't played much playoff teams and top tier teams in the beginning of the season, which is huge because at this rate, he'll clinch playoffs before he even gets to play some of the other playoff teams.
Yeah.
Like next week he plays Laurie, who's barely in the playoffs, and then he plays Keister, and then he plays Anderson, which will be a fun match. Looking forward to it. But besides that, I just don't have much else to say. Insane team. Um, he's been using Lele really well, which I think has been huge.
Yeah, I think we
At the
should
same
like
time, how can you not use Lele well?
yeah, it's 10-1. I think we should come together as an ASL league and make a vote and just say like, you know what?
And Lele.
Lele is banned and cannot be up for awards because this is dumb. Let other Pokemon have a shot. It's 10-1 and we're like 5 weeks in. That oh my god, I get a headache thinking about it. It's like Mega Metagross all over again. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, like, the next closest Mon in MVP potential is
Zygarde.
Porygon 2.
Oh, what is Porygon
At,
to?
and Zygarde 50%, which is also on his team at 6.
Yeah, that's what
Plus
got the 6-0 sweep.
And then, Feraligatr at 5. But, I mean, it's no
Nidoqueen's at
doubt
4
gonna
then.
be an MVP team.
Yeah. But I
You're
think
all
that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been a little bit longer of a power rankings. We started off the beginning very slow. But as always, I'm going to just run through, like, quick click through all of the things. You guys could stop it wherever. Just, like, go back or whatnot. And we will catch you. This is uploaded Saturday night, so Malone is going to be recording top plays. So he will catch you guys tomorrow for those top plays. I can't wait to see it. And we will catch you guys then. And this has been week 5 of the Power Rankings with Touch and Malone. And we will see you later. Goodbye.